My name is Baram Kenejad, and currently about 59, coming to be 60 pretty soon. I'm born in central Iran, called Isfahan, which is one of the oldest city in Iran. I want to say that I didn't want to come over here. I have to say that was never my intention of coming to this country, because I had my thought was that my set of life was set to go right after the high schools, go to the university, continue the higher educations and the discipline that I wanted to be. So it was never in my thoughts, and how that happens, sometimes things happens for reasons, you don't know the reasons, but circumstances put you in certain directions. In this direction that I was enough to be was that I could not get to the university that I want to. So it happens to be that I passed the test called TOEFL, which is for people that they want to go leave the country. They had to pass that. TOEFL is the English entrance. I passed that, and within all of that happens to be that opened another door for me.
Resource email plantgiving@wshu.org.
This is WSHU at 5:51. One of the most notorious crimes in American history was memorialized in a grisly playground chant that you might have heard as a child. Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks.
Well, when I got here, it was I have to say, it was okay early on because nothing was happening. People was we were new, and people were really very good, and hospitality of the southern hospitality is definitely a true statement, and they were helping and try to get to know you. You were trying to get to know them. As the time goes on, of course, things got a little to the harsh side because the revolution started about 1979, and then followed that. People actually was okay with it because they thought that it's a good thing happening to the Iran and Iran peoples and everything else. But then, unfortunate hostage issue came up. At that time, I guess the most of difficulty for most of the Iranian in that, especially in Texas, being a much harder and much harsher society, and the mentality of the people were not taking it very lightly. So yeah, I had a lot of quite a few hard times on that during that time. I think a lot of people that I knew, the student, my friends, they had it much harder. We got to some conflict, physical conflict. Some got broken doors. They actually the car vandalisms, and it was a few things. And actually, it got worse as the time goes on. As this thing dragged on, it got worse and worse and worse. So majority of us start to really understand their feeling. It's like okay, what would you feel if you were on the story was opposite? Actually, I have to say I kind of grew up there. It was my second grow up point. 18 years of Iran and 15 years of Texas, especially, not just the U.S. Now Texas by itself, to me, is a country by itself. It has its own rules, has its own culture, has its own everything. So yeah, I grew up with a culture that I never was privy to. I met my wife, current wife. When I graduated, when I finished my BS, my bachelor, we met. And at that time, of course, that had a lot to do with it, of staying. Of course, that was at that time. Like every step of that happens to be that in the right time, the right place situations. So meeting her and the relationship that we start to be create and establish at that time was another main reason that I just didn't want to leave either.
Do you miss Iran?
Absolutely. There is no doubt that in my mind.